Hi, everyone. My name is Diane Mesa. I'm the Executive Director of the Maricopa IT Institute with Maricopa Community Colleges and co-chair with Mr. Bob Nelson here with our Mesa Technology Committee. So welcome. We're so happy to have you here. This is a place where we hope you feel supported in lots of different ways, in events that we put on and networking with each other. Also, just future events that you may want to have. And then some government information, elected official information, City of Mesa information. So hopefully this is a one-stop shop for you to collect a lot of great info. All right. Did you want to do introductions, Bob, or do you
Yeah, do you
want?
want me just to run through the roster, let everybody?
Yeah, we can go through and they can give updates. Thank you.
So let me go ahead real quick. If you would, I'm just going to go through, ask everybody your name, your business name, and your tagline. We will do updates after we've had our presenter today. So I'm going to just start at the top of my list. Judy, you are at the top of my list.
Oh, I am. Okay, I'm Judy Taylor with Tech Staff of Arizona. I'm a recruiter and we do a lot of work in the technical arena.
Welcome, Judy. I am going to actually skip over our speaker. She was next on my list because I'll introduce her in a moment. But Jared, you're up.
All right.
Hi.
No,
Jared.
Jared.
You did. I thought you were just saying my name wrong. Sorry.
All right, take two. No, it's all good. So I am Jared Bodine. I'm the Executive Director of Arizona Students Recycling Used Technology, or AZ Strut. This is not an official tagline, but I've been thinking about making it official: reduce, reuse, recycle, and learn.
Not bad. That's a good. I think we should vote on that later. If we should adopt that for your official thing. Okay, next up, Kelly Keffer.
Hi everyone, Kelly Keffer, Economic Development Project Manager for the City of Mesa, and today's tagline is Mesa's the best run city in Arizona.
Bam, punch it out. Stephen
I
Klaus.
wasn't ready with the tagline, sorry.
Stephen Klaus.
Well, I made it for the introductions.
You
That's
did.
a first for me.
I know
I
you were
think.
trying to sneak in after. I know you
I
were.
was. I was like, maybe I'll make it. And I'm in my car office, so my favorite place. I'm Stephen Klaus. I'm with Elevate Experiences. I help businesses do process automation and improvement. A lot of it is AI driven right now, but showing businesses how to use existing technology is also a big selling point that I've found.
Excellent. And Dan Baker.
Hello, Dan Baker, Golden Goose Digital Marketing. I don't think, obviously, we're a marketing agency. We do all kinds of different stuff, ads and websites, and all kinds of other fun things that people need us to figure out. I don't think we have a tagline anymore. It used to be transparency in a hazy industry, but that got kind of old. So we don't have anything new. I think it's now just like get stuff done.
Get stuff done. All right. Very straight and to the point. All right. George Graves. Where'd you go, George? There you are. Oh, you're still muted.
Boy, introductions work a lot better when you're unmuted, huh? I'm George Graves. I'm with All Kiosk, and we automate payment acceptance, digitizing your customer collections.
Welcome, George.
Thanks.
And Jarrett with a T.
Hi, I'm Jared. I'm the president of Alpha Tech Computer Solutions. We're a fully outsourced managed services provider. So we help small businesses take advantage of technology. We do all their cybersecurity, all their network administration, their vendor management, all that kind of fun stuff. Our tagline is, we got two of them going right now: trust but verify, and we digitally protect and serve.
Trust but verify. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I get everybody? I think I got everybody. So if I did not get you, please do not hesitate to
Did
make
you get
noise.
Dawn? I don't think you got
Well,
Dawn.
she's the speaker.
Oh, got it. I'm
So, like,
behind. I'm behind, catching up.
So yes, I intend to let Dawn give her moment. It was just, kind of like, thanks, Dawn. Okay, real quick, let me cover some stuff before we turn this over to Dawn. It does not look like either Victor or Craig are here to give us an update from the Mesa Chamber Board. So I don't have any updates from the Mesa Chamber Board for you, except to know that I think there's a meeting scheduled for the board in June. So I shall reach out to them to make sure that they are in our July meeting. to give us an update on any issues being discussed by the Mesa Chamber Board. I do not see any representation congressionally or even governmentally, except for Kelly. So Kelly, you want to give us like 30 seconds from the city of Mesa? What's going on?
Sure,
In
since I
economic
just
development?
put something in my mouth.
Oh,
Excellent.
sorry.
Good
I wasn't
timing,
looking.
Bob.
I wasn't looking.
I can give an update on my program. So everybody, I oversee the Mesa Business Builder programs for the city of Mesa. It's a collection of 9 programs and services. We provide free professional advising and consulting to Mesa-based businesses in partnership with the Mesa Chamber, Hub, and Local First Arizona. Dan, thank you. Golden Goose is a provider for us in that program as well. We appreciate that. We did just close this program year. It will open again on July 8th, and we have some new offerings coming. So if you do know any small businesses in Mesa, as long as they have a verified Mesa address, they're a for-profit business, and they have 25 or less employees, they can qualify for the program. In addition, we also offer Mesa Business Builder Educates You in partnership with Mesa Community College. And we pay for tuition and course fees for our businesses in the program, up to 2 people per business at Mesa Community College, and 14 certificate programs. That's what I got today.
Well, thank you, Kelly. That was a very
Right? I always have something, so I'll bring something different next time.
And I think you did say this program opens again July 1st. So
July 8th.
July 8th, sorry.
July
So
8th,
any
yep.
of you, obviously any of you guys that are attending today that have a business in Mesa, but go through your client list. If you've got a client or you've got a vendor or you've got somebody that would benefit from having access to these services, please suggest them. Please make sure that we get them connected. Let's make sure that this program is really making a difference in the business community for Mesa, because it is a very, very innovative, fantastic program that not everybody gets to have. So, oh, Ms. Mesa, you have your hand raised.
Well, I just want to say we're very excited to be supporting Mesa Business Builder Educates You, because Mighty and MCC case manage the wonderful students that Kelly sent over to us. So we've been doing that now for a while, and we'll continue to do it next year. If you have questions just on our side, I know Kelly's got a lot of information and things that need to be done first on her side. But if you have any questions on the courses or any help, you might need with, tell me about registration, tell me about the process, tell me about how I get into a class, what's available, please reach out. I'll throw my email in the chat here, and looks like Jared has his hand up. Go ahead, Jared.
I will drop my email as well.
I wanted to find out if you have maybe like a URL where all the programs are listed out or something. Maybe I can pass on to some people.
Yep, I'll drop it in the chat, but it's super easy, mesabusinessbuilder.com. And just quick stats, because I'm just a bucket full of statistics. We're 4 years into the program. We've served 461 businesses, and we've done over $800,000 in support services to those businesses.
Cool. Okay. So real quick, some chamber updates. I literally came to this meeting from a meeting with the fashion department at MCC, which you think, why are you going to talk about the fashion department at MCC? But the fashion department at MCC is the source of a lot of the entrepreneurs that participate in some of the entrepreneur programs that we do here at the chamber. So this conversation was about building a process for those entrepreneurs to actually become businesses. So there's students that want to get into the fashion industry, or they want to get into the fashion industry supporting peripheral areas. We are going to work with them to kind of help them get to that place. And so we're going to call upon, of course, all of our committees to help support that as well, including you guys as the tech committee. So look forward to more details on that. The other chamber update I will give was that we had our annual Mesa Has Heart event last Friday. And I believe, Jared, if you would like to share the good news.
Yeah, we were honored and privileged to be nominated and took home the prize of Small Nonprofit of the Year. We were very ecstatic about that.
Congratulations.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So that was fantastic. We'll probably talk more with all of those winners and get more content out about them and why they won their various awards. But congratulations to you, Jared. I'm sure that the fact that you have every single iPod released behind you had nothing to do with your award. So I'm just going to point that out in case anybody didn't realize that's what's behind him. Every single one, and the color variations of every single one.
Yeah, I'm working on
So-
getting track lighting so it shows up better on the camera.
Yeah, it was fun. It's if you get a chance to pop over into Tempe, they're in Tempe now, whatever. But if you do get a chance to pop over to their office, it's actually quite a sight to see. So anyway, okay.
And
Those
our heart
are
is
big
still in
updates.
Mesa. I just want to put that out there.
Oh, we know you love Mesa, Jerry.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. We still love you.
All right.
That little square that you exist in is actually Mesa now.
Yeah.
That's yeah. It's like a county. It's like a Mesa Island. It's a Mesa County.
Yeah.
Anyway, those are the biggest updates that I have for the chamber. I do know there's a whole busy fall coming up for us with things like the golf tournament, with Aviation Fascination. We're going to be doing a healthcare event out at Superstitious Springs Mall, as well as, of course, some of the entrepreneur stuff that we're doing and the virtual tech expo. So after I've given poor Dawn a chance to do her presentation, I will do an update on the Tech Expo. But right now, let me introduce our speaker. Our speaker is Dawn Giles, Mesa Public Schools, CTE Innovative Partnerships. She has been a partner with us for a long time in many ways and in many things. And really just kind of, she's like the eighth Beatle. She's kind of like our extra staff member. So, Dawn, thank you so much for joining us to talk about what's going on with Mesa Public Schools, and the floor is yours.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. I just came from a meeting with Kelly. Thank you for attending our meeting all day. And I know some of you are involved. Jared, you're involved with Mesa Public Schools, and I am the Workforce Development Specialist. That's my official title. And what that means is I came to Mesa Public Schools from a business perspective. I am not an educator. I don't speak edu-speak. And so I started out as a career coach at Red Mountain High School. And there I learned that there's a great need for businesses to get involved. And I had some connections. And so I said, you know what, let me take this on full time and connect with businesses and make these connections and get the businesses what they need and the schools what they need. So that's how I spend my days, and it's very rewarding and really been a lot of fun. So I want to share my screen with you, and let's see. I want to share my entire screen.
You should be good. I think I set you up to share. So
Okay, great. Okay. All right, here we go. All right. Let me go to the beginning of this. It needs to come up for a minute. Okay, there we go. Okay, slideshow. Okay, so to give you the full spiel, I'm going to do my slideshow. And I know some of you know this, but our goal in Mesa Public Schools is, our mission is that every student in Mesa Public Schools is known by name, served by strength and need, and graduates ready for college, career, and community. So I'm mostly the last half. Graduating ready for college, career, and community. And let me tell you, I just want to go back. This is going slow. Okay. In Mesa Public School, we don't want kids to just graduate with a diploma for 20 credits at them, send them out the door. Good luck, good life. Make the best of it. We want them to graduate with some competitive advantages. And those competitive advantages are what we call graduation plus. And that means like getting some dual enrollment credits, a certificate for some trade that some earned college credits, and just mostly graduating with a plan. What's the next steps for you? And what we found is we meet with businesses and employers and organizations is that we say, what skills do they need? What certificates do they need? Do they need to know CAD? Something like that. And overall, the majority of our employers say, this portrait of a graduate, these are the skills that we start in kindergarten. Teaching this is the employee I'd like to have. So this morning, for example, we had a meeting between business and education. And we said to the teachers, how many of your students lack engagement? How many act bored in school? Then we turned it around to the employers and said, how many of your employees are engaged? How many of your employees are bored? These are the skills that we're trying to develop through all of what we do. This is a recent study so that students don't think that school is important. It's not teaching them what they need to learn. They're feeling disconnected. So we know that's an issue. Another issue, particularly in Mesa, is the decline in going to college or getting any kind of post-secondary training. And this includes going into the military, going to community college, going to university, and going on a church mission. That's declined in the past 10 years, even more so, to kind of a level where we're realizing that we have to prepare these students better to go out into the world after they graduate, because they're not, they need to make a livable wage, and that's going to make our city better too. That's the reason behind mine, is when someone used to come to me and say, how come Mesa can't have nice restaurants? And how come we can't have a Trader Joe's down here? And I say, because we don't have a high enough wage in the city. We don't have enough education in the city for people to make a living wage to support those kinds of things. So that's honestly the why behind a lot of what I do, is I want everyone to be happy and enjoy all that they can. Here's the other fact, is that Arizona in particular is changing and growing so fast that there's this gap and we talked to some of our employers, and we had them raise their hands this morning. How many of you have positions that you can't fill? A lot of them raised their hands. And then the other fact is that a lot of the employees in these technical skills, trained skills fields are baby boomers, and they're about to retire. And someone has to come in and take the place of that. Right now, they say our schools, and I'm talking about me right now, Mesa Public Schools, are we preparing kids sufficiently to meet the needs of the employers in Arizona? And so in an effort to do that, we have come up with a new program, a new way of doing this. This is the start of our academy model. And what we're doing in elementary schools, we're just talking about having a job. What does it mean to have a job? You're the line leader today. You're holding the door open. That's your job. In junior high, what are you good at? What do you like? Is math exciting to you? And then by the time they get into high school in 9th grade, we're going to start doing some career assessments and some interest surveys. And what are you good at? And sometimes these are very interesting, because we'll find out that a girl will test really high for aptitude in manufacturing, but has zero interest in it, while she'll have a huge interest in medical and something in the medical field and zero aptitude. So we have to marry those two for her. And we say, have you heard of this industry called medical manufacturing? This is a combination of everything you're interested in and things you're good at. And so we spend most of 9th grade doing career fairs and talking. And then by the middle of 9th grade, we're going to ask them to choose an academy. And then within the academy, they're going to get some more career focused learning. And so let me explain what that looks like. The college and career academies are smaller. We have huge high schools. Some of our high schools are 3,500 kids, and some of them are in the 2,000s, but they're huge. And so your freshman class can be 800 students. So how are you going to how are teachers going to know your name and serve you by need if they don't know who you are? So we're breaking it down. We're going to have a cohort of students that travels together from English to social studies to their career connected class. And they're going to have projects that connect together. In English, we're going to write a paper about the Depression. In social studies, we're going to talk about the Great Depression. And in our career connected class, we're going to do a project related to it. And we might go visit a business and see how business shapes the world. So that's the academies. We're just starting this in 5 high schools. Mesa High School has selected to remain traditional high school. That serves the needs of what they wanted there right now, but the other 5 high schools are going full steam ahead. That's what we spent all day doing, is planning for the how we're going to teach. The high schools are also moving to a block schedule, which means that they'll have 90-minute classes, 4 90-minute classes on one day, and then the other 4 the next day, and then rotating throughout. So they get really long time together to really dive deep and have some connected learning with each other. It's exciting, and the teachers are excited. The kids are really excited. I took a group of students one time to a welding shop, and they loved it. Of course, there's fire, it's exciting to see things, and they're making cool stuff, and they're cool guys. And I say to them, how often do you use math? And they go, oh, dude, every day. And so then I get back in the van with the welders, and I go, hey guys, algebra 2. And they're like, yeah. We got to pass algebra 2 if we want to have that career. And so all of a sudden learning becomes more interesting and meaningful, and it's connected. So I want to show you our new video. This is hot off the press. You're one of the first people to see this. This is going to start showing in movie theaters and places like that to get people interested in our program.
We will do anything to help them reach for the stars. Turning their passion into reality takes more than dreams. It takes a plan. Building it step by step, piece by piece. It takes the essential tools, guidance, and resources. Because making a dream, any dream, come true takes a world of opportunity. But it doesn't have to be a dream. Introducing the College and Career Academies of Mesa Public Schools. Find out what's inside.
So definitely Academy Award worthy, but let me get to the next slide. I might just shut that down. Okay, well, we don't want to watch it again. It was good, but we don't need to see it again. Okay, there we go. So these are the 5 academies, and you can learn more about them we have a web page all about it. The 5 academies are health and medical science, entrepreneurship and business, digital media and creative arts, public service, engineering, design, production. Now, they're very broad, and that's intentional and you don't see IT on here. That's because every one of these needs IT. Every one of these needs graphic design. They all need marketing. And so that's where you guys come in as business owners and business partners. When we bring students to your office or your place of work, or you come to one of our schools, we want you to say, okay, for example, let's take health and medical sciences. We're going to go to the nursing home. And it's a Vista nursing home at Sunland Springs is gigantic. It's a huge business. There's business and entrepreneurship there for sure. There's marketing. There's an HR department. There's an accounting department. There's a culinary department. And then there's also the health department. And there's a little bit of even education professions in the activities side of that. So there's a career there for a lot of these. So there was some concern when we first announced this that we were pigeonholing kids into a career. It's nothing like that at all. It's just you're studying through the lens of engineering. You're not becoming an engineer. You have to go to college to do that, but you can learn about engineering. You can learn, that's where our welding departments will probably be in engineering. They could also be in entrepreneurship and business, because if you want to own your own welding shop, you're a business owner. So you need to know about that. So you can see the variety that we have going on there. And here's the opportunities for a business to get engaged with us is we start easy. guest speaking, you come to the school. Our 9th grade classes love that. While the students are learning about careers and they don't even know that there's a job called medical manufacturing, if we can get you out there to say, this is my job, this is what I do, this is how I got here, this is the education path that I took, that's interesting to them. Then we like to take students in 10th and 11th grade out. You know how fun it is to go on a field trip in high school. So we put the students in our little spirit buses with our school names on and drive all around town, wherever anyone will invite us, to go show them what is a day in life like as Kelly Keffer. What do you do all day? What does your job look like? What skills did you need? And then maybe you can show me some other departments within your industry. So what else can I do if I work for the city of Mesa? Well, 100,000 jobs there, but you know, so there's a lot of things I could do in your industry. We'd love to have you mentor a student. If you wanted to come, a mentoring position would be like coming once a month to meet with someone who wants to do what you do, and meet and letting them either come to you once a month or you come to the school once a month. How's it going? Can I help you with your college applications? Can I help you find a job? Let me see your resume. Maybe let's practice doing an interview. Let's do a mock interview. Teachers, we learned today, I just got the report back from the teachers that one of the things they're most interested in is coming to you. They, especially in this academy model, we've got an English teacher, a social studies teacher, or a science teacher, and then our CTE teacher who knows what's going on. But the English teachers were like, I have no idea what would happen at AZ Strut. I have no idea what they would do there. And so I'd love to come just spend an hour or two and see what that industry is like, so I could come back and have my students write a reasonable essay about it that connects to what they're doing in science. So our teachers are begging to come out. We told them we'll pay for a substitute whenever they want to go to a business, and they can come in groups, they can come alone, whatever you're interested in. Our career exploration fairs are also huge. We have them all fall. We're starting, I think, October 6th with our first one, and we'll have one pretty much every Wednesday until December. And we go to every single high school, and we hit, in this case, we are also going to invite our college partners to come, because we want students to be aware of, you know, talk to people in colleges. So we'll have all of our 9th graders come, and a lot of our 11th and 12th graders that are either interested in getting a job or going to college will come at the end of the day. So that's another way to get involved. We just had a hiring fair in April. We had over 600 students attend, and a lot of them got a job. We had employers come, and kids came. It was so cute. They came dressed up in suits, and we had Dress for Success was there, and they went and visited Dress for Success and got some clothing if they needed it, some professional clothing. And then they came and they had stacks of resumes, and they walked around to the different people. We had, I think we had 65 partners there, business partners, and they walked around and gave people their resumes. And it was a wonderful experience for them. We had our potential interns there as well. And the parents come with the interns because they have to go to a parent meeting. So they were watching their students for the first time act like a grown-up and present their resume and talk to someone about getting a job. And it was so fun. I wish I could have had videos of the proud parents standing behind, you know, like 3 or 4 feet back from an intern trying to get their first job. We also, in these academies, you guys have some special skills that these teachers would like to know. If you feel qualified in one of those 5 areas, we would love to have you join an advisory council that meets probably twice a year to tell us what we need to be teaching, what's the latest and greatest in your industry. We need to know that. The other thing that our kids are really good at is industry projects. There's a program called Hacktivate that I'm sure a lot of you are involved with or know about, where the students are given a project, a problem, basically. Is, you know, this year I think it was food insecurity and something to do with greenhouse gases and stuff. Anyway, and they spend 2 days working on the project, then they give their presentation about, you know, this is our result. And one of them was so good, I think the city of Mesa decided to maybe consider adopting the green screen that they recommended for some of the locations in the city. So we'd love to have you come in, give our students a problem that you need solved, and then come back 6 weeks later and hear presentations from them about what they've discovered. One story that I love is we have a bunch of interns every summer that go to Honeywell for the summer. They are interns in their IT department and their engineering department. So they work on a project for 6 weeks. And then they presented this 1 year, they were presenting to the head of the company who flew in from out of state. What were your findings? And they did their wonderful presentation. And then he said, did you learn anything else? And they said, yeah, we learned how to hack into your system. And the guy was floored. I mean, they have government contracts. You don't want someone to be able, some 17-year-old to be able to hack into your system. So they hire him now every summer. And one of the things they do is test their security right away. It's like, I remember when I bought a car, I put my 3-year-old in and said, okay, I was buying a car, said, break it, do what you can, see what doesn't work here before I buy this. So anyway, our students are smart and bright, and they can be of great benefit to you. And then of course, internships is one of the main things I wanted to talk to you about. Our internship program is a part-time paid or unpaid job for seniors in their CTE program of study. So now with this new academy model, every student will be part of a CTE program because the academies all have a CTE component to it. So in their senior year, a lot of our seniors are going to be doing dual enrollment at a community college. They could be doing industry projects for their AP capstone class. They could be going to EVIT. They could be working just in general, but a lot of them are looking for an internship. With an internship, they get class credit for this. It's treated as a class. As a senior, our students all have to take 4 classes, a minimum of 4 classes. They usually need an English class, and a lot of times they need a math or a social studies class. But the other 2, they take some random electives. And we say, rather than your 2 electives, you can do an internship that counts as 2 classes and get some really valuable experience. And this is how we've talked them into unpaid internships. As we said, you don't know, they love to get paid, obviously. And a lot of students need to work, just for financially, they need to work. But now with our block schedule and this 2 credits that they can earn, they can do it during the day as part of their school day, and they could still have an after-school job where they make money. A lot of students will want to do an internship after school. They can also work on the weekends. With the block schedule, they can also work before school. They can do their 2 class periods before school, go and be done at 10 and then go take their classes. So the benefits of an intern are obvious. If you want to have first dibs on the best and brightest, you hire them as an intern and you keep them on as a direct hire after they graduate. You train them for that year that you have them. One of our great partners is Empire Cat. They take 40 to 50 interns every year, unpaid. And you would think, how do they get 40 or 50 teenage, usually boys, to take a job unpaid? It's because they have the guarantee that if you complete this year of training, you can either be a direct hire when you graduate, or you can start our Think Big diesel mechanic program at MCC, and we will help you pay for it. So they understand that Empire is a great company to work for, and they are excited to do engines and work on engines and see tractors. It's a wonderful situation, and they will do it for free because they know there's a good career at the end. It's a nice carrot for them. What we require from anyone that wants to have an intern is that you don't have them just sweep up the area or do filing. We want them to understand what it is to be in your field. Mentor them a little. And then they need to work 10 hours a week in order to get this class credit. It's a seat time situation. They would be in school for 10 hours a week for the 2 credits that they're going to get. So they need to be working for 10 hours a week, and it can be all day Saturday. That's it. If it's 10 hours on a Saturday, it counts. And then the main thing is we're trying to teach them the soft skills they need to become a good employee later on. So we want you to be tough on them. We had one of our employers today said he's got a bunch of interns in a summer electrical engineering program. He said, first tardy is excused, second tardy, you're out. First unexcused absence is excused, second unexcused, you're out. So we expect you to be tough on them. And then the good part is we have a career coach at each high school who is like me, but at each high school. And that is the teacher of record for that student. So there's an adult that is connecting the student and the business. And if they're having any problems, you have an adult to call and say, hey, this guy is just really struggling. Can you help me with this? And we can make that go. We have some students that are doing just a summer internship right now. Some will do just fall or spring. A lot of them like getting 4 credits. So they want a full school year. And it's okay. We always run into the issue of, but my business needs to hire, we only hire 18-year-olds or high school graduates. And I just want you to know this started with Boeing and Honeywell. They were the first ones to do this. They went through their legal departments and found out all the laws. And there is no state law that says you cannot hire 18 or under 18. There's just some things that they can't do. One of which is work with dynamite, and the other is drive a forklift. So unless you want a student to do those things, you can hire a 17-year-old. When I say hire, I don't mean necessarily pay. I could insert the word host. If you can't afford to pay, you can host an intern under 17 years old and have them do entry-level work that any employee would do. So that's my presentation. I'd love to answer any questions.
Yeah, you had the chamber done up until the dynamite thing, and I just don't take any
Yeah.
with chamber. We work with dynamite on a regular basis here.
Right. You've had a great intern there for a while. And you ended up, he was an unpaid intern for the first semester, and then you liked him so much you hired him the second semester.
He called me today.
Oh, did he? Oh,
Yeah, I'll tell you later. He called me today.
yeah, great.
Questions for Dawn? Don't be shy.
I got one.
Yeah.
Go, Jared.
So I like the idea of interns. We are not currently in Mesa as we discussed. Is that an issue?
Not at all. Not at all. Our kids just want to be able to, they just need to be able to get to you. And have, as long as you're not too far away. We also have gas cards that we get through. So we apply for grants all the time to get gas cards for our kids that are traveling, especially if it's an unpaid internship. Like a school like Red Mountain or Skyline, for a Red Mountain student to get to Empire Cat is almost 30 miles round trip. And they're not getting paid, and they're usually driving an old gas guzzling car. So we give them a gas card, and they can get there. But yeah, we have no problem. We've got Honeywell is up by the airport by Sky Harbor. They go that far. They go way down south into Queen Creek to do some internships. Not a problem.
We're about that far too. We're kind of near Tempe Diablo Stadium.
So. Oh yeah, no, not a problem. Yeah.
Okay, and then also, I don't know if I missed it. How do we sign up to host interns?
Yay. Okay. Yes, I should have given that information. I will share with Bob, and maybe you can pass it out. Is I have a form that you can fill out that tells me what you're interested in doing. Do you want to do externships? Do you want to do an internship? So I will share that information with you. I usually put up my QR code. I was so excited about my new movie. I just want to make sure I got that in. So.
Thank you.
Anybody else? And Don, just to be clear, the internships are across any industry, right? Depending on the student's
Oh,
interest.
yes. In fact, yes, I'm glad you brought that up. We have 23 different programs. We start with automotive, agricultural science, culinary, graphic design, marketing, on and on and on. And we end with welding. So 23 different areas. And in order to do an internship through me, you have to be a CTE student, because those students are covered through an affiliation agreement. And that means that they have $3 million of liability insurance through the district. So a student who's not in a CTE program is not, we can't have them. We don't use them as interns. They can do projects and things like that, but they aren't covered liability wise, and the district isn't willing to take that on.
So just to kind of help guide everybody, if a student comes directly to the business and says, hey, I'm interested in an internship, if they're a Mesa Public Schools student, we should kind of guide them back to their CTE person, right?
They should, they have a career coach at their high school. Yeah. And send them back and say, and the reason, not only for the liability coverage, is to get the class credit. Is if they, you know, don't do something for free if you're not going to get some, when you can get some cross credit for it. So yeah, it's a valuable, it's a win-win for everyone. And then we find there's often some questions about EVIT interns versus ours. We love EVIT and we totally support EVIT. They support us. If a student is enrolled in EVIT, they are not part of our CTE program, and EVIT does what they call clinicals, and they require their students their final semester of a 2-year program to do an internship, and those students have to find their own internship. EVIT will help them, but those are different. They have different requirements, and that is the end. And the good news about EVIT is there's very little crossover in what they're doing. For example, if we have a student in our agricultural sciences program and they get to their junior year and they say, I really want to be a vet tech, we don't offer that in high school. We say, you need to go to EVIT, and you need to do your internship through EVIT as a vet tech. And so they have HVAC and electrical engineering, some programs that we don't have. So it's not a problem. We aren't in competition with EVIT. We are with ALA. So ALA has started doing they are trying to do internships too. So be careful who you get. We've got certified CTE teachers that are giving our kids some actual skills to bring to you.
Cool.
Yeah.
What other questions do you guys have for Dawn today?
I have just an observation, I guess. I deal with both Discount Tire and Brakes Plus personally, and they both have internship programs. Well, they may call it something else, but I've had this one day, I had a kid working on my car that I thought might be 12. And he wasn't, you know, but now he's a full-time employee there. So I just think that's wonderful.
Yeah. And you know, you just have to keep in mind, like when I started this, I've raised 5 kids. They went to Mountain View High School. They went through, you know, I thought the be all end all was to go to college. They didn't get a choice really, but there's 50% of these kids that don't want to go to college, don't qualify for college, that we need to give them a good start in their life. And they love that Discount Tire internship. We have a very good relationship with them, and Discount really likes them to work in the morning, which works out really well for them. So yeah, and like you say, I love to hear when they get hired. And I met with a man today, and he'd hired his intern, and I said, but you're gonna get another one, right? And he said, oh yeah, if I can do 2 or 3 a year, imagine how I could grow my business.
Right. Well, and the thing is, we need people that can fix stuff and build stuff. I mean, you know, we just don't need everybody going to college and learning underwater basket weaving.
Right. And it's expensive. Yeah,
Yeah, it's very expensive. So
thank you.
All right.
I'll add that we
Yeah,
did
George.
an intern program a number of years ago with Paul Chasen out of Mountain View. And the kids get the advantage of, they kind of get a little practical experience. So it helps them make the decision of whether they want to go to college at that level or whether they're happy doing the VOTech path. So
Mhm. I love that there was a special ed student that had an IEP that did the Empire internship. And he told me at the beginning of the year, his plan was to be direct hire. He's like, I can't go, I'm done with school. I cannot do college. I'm not interested in college. And then towards the end of the year, he came and said, hey, would you write me a recommendation for the Think Big program at MCC? I said, oh, you are going to college? And he said, yeah, I think I can do it. I said, I know you can do it. This is awesome. So look at what a difference this made for this young man.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else before we move on to the rest of the agenda for the day? Agenda. All right, Dawn, as always, thank you so much for being with us. You are absolutely welcome to hang out and answer questions. If you want to,
but I think I'll go.
okay, then have a great rest of your day and send that over to me and I'll get that out to everybody.
Okay,
So,
I will.
Thanks, Dawn.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Dawn.
okay, so I do have a few sort of closeout agenda items for today. I will say we did not have any submissions on the tech request form this last month. That is the form that we have that you'll notice in the invitation. There's a link to the committee page, and on the committee page for members or the public that would like to submit tech related issues, questions, what have you. That is available to them. We did not have any submissions in this last month, so Diane and I had nothing to review, although we did diligently monitor that channel to make sure that anything that came in was got attention. So nothing there. I do want to tell you that for the 2025 East Valley Tech Expo, if you are interested in vending for that, I just need to know it is going to be $50 whole to be a vendor in that. It is a virtual event, so you will get to set up a virtual booth with all kinds of fun virtual things, and we will have all kinds of real people come to your virtual booth that hopefully will turn into real business. If you're interested in more information on that, certainly let me know. Last year we had a lot of fun with it. I kind of monitored it through the day. It's got a ton of options. I am going to send an email out to everybody tomorrow that just kind of gives them an overview of everything that's going to be happening that day. There's chat channels. There's a YouTube video channel that we're going to have integrated into the conference. I think Diane and I are going to work on doing another special video presentation this year. We had a great one last year around cybersecurity that really was a fantastic interview if you missed it. But we'll do some more content like that. You can actually submit content for that as part of this virtual conference, which I will get you more information on shortly. I don't know what I was talking about with this community tech series. Dan, do you remember? The
community tech series?
Yeah, I think that was where we were going to start asking members of the committee to start doing presentations. We were going to set up like in-person workshops.
Right.
So if you would like to do a presentation about a specific topic, which
Yes.
when I say would you, I'm really saying let me know what topics you'd like to do presentations on, and we can host those here at the chamber and promote them. We're going to call it the Community Tech Series. So Jared, if you want to come in and talk about the value of either recycling or using recycled equipment, certainly we can accommodate that. George, if you've got a topic in your industry that you want to talk to as a subject matter expert, it would be great to set up a community tech series event. I'd like to get those done fairly soon, but I haven't had anybody tell me what they're doing yet. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me, email, or just come over to the chamber. You know, I'm usually here. You can just kind of pop in my office and tell me what you want to do and we'll set it up. So it's pretty easy breezy. Cross committee reports. I don't have anybody from any of the other committees. George, are you in any of the other committees? Are you doing anything? Are you in?
I'm unmuting again. Sorry.
That's okay.
No, not right now. We're split a little bit this summer, so
Okay.
my daughter's having.
I don't think anybody else is any, I should just ask, is anybody else in any of the other chamber committees? I am actually now the chair of the Small Business Strategy Committee.
Yeah,
So-
Bob, I thought you were gonna put me in that one.
Well, yes, but you can't tell me anything about what happened in the last meeting because you weren't there.
No,
so-
I cannot because I wasn't there. But you can fill me in and I can parrot
But
it back to
we
you.
we did have a small business strategy meeting. It was with MCC, and I apologize, I forget the presenter's name, but it was all about finances. So we talked about the importance of good bookkeeping, how simple bookkeeping can be as a small business, and just the importance of staying on top of it, and then recognizing that moment where you may need to bring someone in because you get too busy or you get too successful, and you may need to bring someone in. So next is actually, we are going to have a presenter come in and talk about social media. That is going to be from MCC as well. Also, I haven't announced this yet. This isn't really a committee thing. Actually, it'll be from this committee, really. We are going to host another presenter from Meta on July 7th. They are going to do 2 sessions. One is working with Meta ads, and the other session is working with Instagram. So last time we had Meta out to do presentations, Instagram was a popular topic. So I've asked them to come out and do another presentation on that. And then they're going to do a presentation on working with advertising within Facebook, really is the focus of that. So look for that information to get posted here probably tomorrow, since I probably won't be able to do it today. Let's do some group updates real quick. We've got just a few minutes. So if you've got something you'd like to share with everybody real quick, Diane, I'll start with you as the chair.
Okay, sure. Yes, we, if anyone is looking for JAMF administrators, which would be Apple device administrators. I know there's a lot of PC users out there, but there are some people that have invested in Apple devices, but they don't have someone that can manage multiple devices. MCC is partnering with JAMF, and they've had 3 cohorts of students come through. Apple actually, the students get all their certifications, their JAMF 100, 170, 200. They spend an entire semester practicing what they've learned on campus. And then Apple has given us a grant where they will pay for 3 to 6 months of their employment with an industry partner. ASU is taking 2 of our students. ASU Prep is taking another. Maricopa is taking another, and we have a meeting with CDWG coming up. So if you're interested at all, if you know of people that have Apple devices but don't have someone to manage them, we've got students coming through with those certifications, and they're, like I said, very prepared because they practice an entire semester after getting certified, and then they get their time with industry. And if that's your company and you need it, then you get a free employee for 3 to 6 months. You can decide to hire them if you want to. It's kind of like a glorified internship there, or you don't have to. So thank you, Bob.
Sure. Anybody else? Hit me.
Yeah.
Not literally, of course, figuratively, with whatever you've got going on. Steven?
I was just about to say that I don't promote violence. That's what I was just about to say. You beat me to it, Bob. I don't have anything though, no.
Okay, George, what do you got going on? Yeah, you're kind of new to the group. Tell us what you got going on.
We're getting ready to introduce some new kiosk functionality when Glendale opens their new courthouse in January of 26. That's probably the current big role. Tempe, we're talking with the city, and they seem to be interested, but we haven't been able to get a location yet or a point of contact there. So continue to do the bill payment acceptance terminals, and that seems to be a pretty good municipality aid for many of the demographics that we have that can't make it in the office 8 to 5 Monday through Friday.
And
Monday
you've
through
done that
Thursday.
with Mesa for a few years now, right? A bunch of time.
Yeah, we've been doing that for probably going on 6-7 years,
Cool.
pre-pandemic stuff. So
Ms. Wilson, I know you popped in a little bit tardy, so let me give you just a couple seconds if you want to kind of tell everybody who you are and if you've got something you want to share.
Hi, I'm Cashel Wilson. I am one of the newer members of the Mesa Chamber Board of Directors. I work at Salt River Project on the water side of the company. I am in IT director, so we create custom software to meet the needs of the water side of the company. I saw that there was a technology committee, so I decided to kind of pop in and hear what sort of things you guys talk about, see how I could be of help and maybe learn. And so I'm looking forward to just coming more and maybe being able to even contribute next time.
Oh yeah, I think it'd be awesome to hear about what you guys do with software and managing water. I think it'd be amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's chat. Let's do that.
You
I'm
got
in.
it.
So welcome. Thank you for being here.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
And George, I know we know you, but thank you for being here because I know it's your first time here, I think, isn't it? So I think so. I think it's your first time.
I think I might have been to some older ones, but it's first time in a while.
Yeah. And Jared's old hat. Jared's here all the time, so.
Yep.
Hey, so Jared, Tuesdays and Thursdays are pickup days. I just cover this real quick. If you've got extra tech that you want to get rid of, Tuesdays and Thursdays are pickup days at AZ Strut. And is there a specific time for that?
Yeah, we're drop-offs are 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
You guys do
And-
pickups by
and
any
if we-
chance?
We
Oh.
don't do pickups for smaller individuals because it's just too costly. But if it's a large, like for your organization, we're talking like a bin of desktops, laptops, assorted office equipment. Then on our website, there's a form you can fill out to arrange having a pickup. To make things easier for those of you who might not have those hours work for you, we are partnered with every data doctors in the state and most Batteries Plus Bulbs locations. So you can go there and say, hey, these donations are for AZ Strut. They have bins in the back there, and those will be safely kept there for us to retrieve once a week or so.
Or we can set up another collection date in October.
I love it.
We get
Alright.
we get like 50 to 100 computers a year, we're replacing. So I end up having a lot sometimes.
So if that's the case, yeah, set up a time with us and we'll come by and get those from you. Not a problem. And one thing I want to plug, since you got me talking, with our relocation to our new facility, we also have a front area that we did not have before in our old area, which is one of the main reasons why we had to relocate. So I'm proud to say that we now have a small remarket area that helps fund our mission. We're not selling to the general public a lot of our computers and things that are mission driven. We're still donating to schools and communities like we always have, but we get these one-off items, cables, things like that rather than recycle them, why not offer them to the community at a much discounted rate? So I'd like to encourage anyone to come by and check out our store. Those are Monday to Friday type things, not only through Saturday, like the Tuesday, Thursday. So we encourage you to come by and check out what we have to offer. I'm telling you, if you ever need an HDMI cable or a USB cable, you could save a lot of money because it's like $15 at Best Buy. It's like $3 with us. I'm just saying it's worth the drive.
It is fun space. I've been in it a couple times. Okay, on that note, we have exceeded our time this month. Thank you all so much for joining us. If you need anything, certainly reach out to me. If you've got a client that has an IT question, please have them go to that website address that's in the calendar for the committee and fill out the form. Diane and I will make sure that we get that sorted appropriately. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day, and we'll check in again in July.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Bob. See ya.
Bye, everybody.